Hi gang, this is Mike G from Mr. GTV, and this is another life lesson, a nugget of wisdom from people on the street that I meet. This is Chris Andrews. Say hello to the listeners.
Hi there, everyone.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Tell them who you are.
Oh, I'm an expat living in Thailand, Hua Hin to be specific. Been out here for 40 years. Escaped Margaret Thatcher back in the UK in 1988. A very sound move.
And how did I meet you, or how did you meet me?
Oh my goodness. I think I met you through Surf Radio. Richard Buckle, who runs the radio in Hua Hin, invited me to a meeting to meet up with you for a potential involvement in a podcast setup.
Which is quite exciting, isn't it?
It is indeed. It's motivating me. It's motivating you too, I believe.
I'm very excited about it, actually. We've just had a meeting. We've got our agenda item here, and we've gone through 1 to 6, and now we're going to a coffee shop, which is my favourite place, just have a bit of a social. But I've grabbed him because I wanted to show Chris one of the things that I do, which is a playlist on all my sites, Nuggets of Wisdom. So I'm going to put you on the spot now, Chris.
Yeah.
If you had 1 or 2 minutes with somebody and you might never see them again, what's your best piece of advice from your life that you would like to share with them that maybe you wish somebody had shared with you when you were younger that has helped you?
Well, do you say somebody would tell me when I wish somebody did tell me when I was younger?
That's interesting. Really? Yeah.
Professor Timothy Leary told me.
Okay.
Back when I was a very young...
Now the Scottish accent came out there.
Oh, aye, Jimmy. I originated in Edinburgh, by the way, but I've been civilised since then. Worked for the BBC, stuff like that, you know. Oxbridge accent, you know. Anyway, no, the point is that somebody did tell me early on, and that was way back in the 60s.
Okay.
And I was around 14, 15 years old. So it was, 67 through till 70, I got all my wisdom.
About 20
given.
years ago, yeah.
Oh, aye, just a bit. Anyway, it's not one thing, it's 3 things.
Okay.
And the first is that the aim of the game is to feel real good, which today they talk about life-work balance. But back then in the hippie era, it was the aim of the game is to feel real good. The second one is be here now, which today everybody translates into, stop worrying about the past, leave the past behind, don't drag it with you, don't let it tie you down, live for today, plan for the future. So be here now is the second. And the third is that you can be anything you want this time round, which today people like Mike translate into be self-confident, believe in yourself, set yourself goals, break them down into steps so they become achievable, and you can achieve anything that you commit to. So those are the 3 principles.
Those are powerful, and I really like the way you explain. That's really, really simple, and I'm sure as a takeaway, if people adopt that, that will be life-changing for them.
Well, it changed my life. I mean, I've been everywhere, done everything I ever wanted.
Yeah.
And it's been great. And I wake up every morning, I feel good, I try to cruise through life, but I set myself targets. I don't get hung up about things that go wrong. They went wrong. Everything that goes wrong is a learning situation. Learn from your mistakes, move forward.
Yeah.
Put them behind you, forget them. Just remember what you learned.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Win or learn, you never lose.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tell people that we hadn't planned this, but tell people, you've mentioned the BBC, so what is your past experience in broadcasting?
Oh, I've had a lot of different experiences in broadcasting. I first got involved with the BBC in Sheffield when I went in to complain because I heard them calling themselves your local community radio station. So I went in to explain to them that all they did was broadcast to white pensioners and that the community was a bit larger than that. And I demanded to see the manager, and the manager came down and gave me some time and was stupid enough to ask me what I would do. So I told him, and then he asked me when I could start. So,
Well,
so
I like it.
I was already doing plenty of other stuff at the time, but I agreed to take that on, and so that's how I first got into broadcasting. And I helped to multiculturalize the BBC and allow Afro-Caribbean people to learn how to make radio and make programs for their own community, and the same for our other ethnic minorities across the city of Sheffield. So we trained up groups and help them learn how to make, produce and engineer their own radio programs for their own communities. And I suppose the most exciting one for me was the Multicultural Youth Show, which of course offended a lot of people even back then, well, especially back then. I believe I was the first person to roll a joint live on BBC Radio. Yeah.
In the Guinness Book of Records for that, nearly.
Possibly.
What was that project that you talked to me about where you set up the centre in Sheffield? What was that called?
Oh, the Lead Mill.
Lead Mill, that was it.
That was a community arts centre in its originality, and for many years it worked like that, and we grew it. The idea was to put a live venue to finance and support a community arts centre so that we didn't have to keep going to the local authorities and the government every year for money to support an arts centre. And we didn't want an arts centre for the upper middle classes, they've already got plenty of them. We wanted one for working class people in
Street
Sheffield.
art, yeah.
People for working class people, for the miners, for the engineers, for the students, for the young people growing up.
Great idea.
Not for people who are loaded, who drove up in their Mercedes and their BMWs and pop in to look at a bit of art. And they got plenty for them.
Yeah, down on the street
so
level.
So we wanted something a bit more accessible to normal everyday people. So that's what we were building, and it turned into a monster. And it lived for 40 years. It finally closed about sometime last year through the mistake of the person who stole it. When we set it up, before we left, we turned it into a charity with 3 trustees, the City Council of Sheffield, the County Council of South Yorkshire and the Arts Council of Great Britain, to look after it for the people of Sheffield, because it was built. It transformed a disused warehouse, which was an old flour mill back in 1800s and completely disused, turned it into this art centre and the famous, nationwide famous venue, the Lead Mill. And it was all built by volunteers.
Phenomenal.
Even eventually Maggie Thatcher got involved and set up all the YOP schemes and all the UP schemes and all that, so that the unemployed youngsters could learn the skills from the unemployed older people that she'd made redundant. So it all came together and people learnt skills and taught skills, and together we built the place, and it became a national success.
Now you're turning surf radio with Richard Buckle into a Hua Hin Thailand Asia success, but the idea is to expand now with what we've not quite decided, but we think it's going to be Surf Radio International Podcast. The idea is that's going to become a global brand more so.
Well, let me get it straight. Richard Buckle has made it as a Hua Hin success, not me.
Okay.
I did help him in the initial days to help set it up.
Okay.
But it's been going for 10 years and I was there for the first year.
Right.
But then I went on to do another project for myself in Rayong, and I only came back a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But yes, the idea now is that Richard's invited me back in again, and trying to put together a team so that we can develop a podcast side to the radio. We're building a studio, recording studio in Sheffield, linked to the radio station and a reception area. Yep. And it's going to have broadcast quality recording and video and sound, and an editing suite.
Very exciting.
And we're putting a team together. We're looking for people from all over to join in with content, or if they want to do some editing skills, we want to reach out to schools, to colleges, and to people who have just got an interest in podcasting but need some help. So we need people with skills to come in and help train those without skills.
Yeah.
People that have skills to make content and contribute content, and we will be open to everybody that wants to get involved to a certain degree. Obviously we're small, so we can't cope with 100 people today, but we hope to build something over the next 6 to 9 months that could cope with 100 people if 100 people wanted to get involved. Initially, we've obviously got to select to try and build a core that can support the growth and development into the future. And that's where we're at the moment. We're reaching out to try and find core members to help put together this project, build an international podcast platform, open up to the community in Hua Hin and regionally across Thailand and elsewhere.
Phenomenal. And the thing is that at the moment on the radio it's got limited bandwidth because of the antenna. It's 102.5 FM, but you can stream it. If you just go to any device and say Play Surf Radio. Play Surf Radio. It will stream it on 102.5 DAB and also on all software platforms, and it's a fantastic listen. Andy Varga, who is one of the guys that's doing the night program, I've been live streaming that occasionally, and because I'm doing Thought for the Day, we've got other things going on there of great interest. They actually stream from the Wildlife Foundation, don't they?
Yes, we do, every Sunday.
Every Sunday morning. There's Golden Hour, and there's lots of advertising on there that's of interest, because if you've ever been to Thailand, you can sort of take Thailand home with you. If you've been to Hua Hin, you can take Hua Hin home with you. And obviously with the international podcast group, there's going to be lots of things that are interesting, of global interest. So it's something that I recommend that you tune into, 102.5 FM, and watch this space for the launch of the podcast group. When do you think it's going to be out?
I think there's one thing I'd like to add, and that is we're not just aiming at expats and international community. We're also looking for local Thai people to get involved, especially if you're bilingual, obviously, because most of the broadcast at the beginning will be in English and working with mainly expats. But we are open to Thai people. We want to encourage bilinguals to get involved.
Good point.
And down the line develop Thai podcasts as well as English language podcasts.
Well said. Well said. I'm glad you added that.
But I think we're targeting April to open.
Yeah,
so
phenomenal.
Hopefully soon, first week in April, we hope to get this up and flying. That means the actual relaunch of the radio station, along with the new recording studio, which is currently still being built. They're just finishing off. We put the carpets in last week. Equipment's arriving. Hopefully another week, 10 days, it will be ready to start putting the final finishing touches and get ready for a launch in early April.
And Chris is the executive producer. I put him on the spot. He didn't know I was going to ask him this, and put him on camera. So thanks very much for playing the game.
No worries.
And thank you for your nuggets of wisdom from the street, from the people I meet. Say goodbye to the viewers.
Cheers now.
Take
nice
care.
to meet you all.
Take care.